You got chapter 1, you got chapter 2, and chapter 3. Chapter 1 is what happened today, what started out today, how your day started. Chapter 2 is what led up to the incident, and chapter 3 is you telling me about what happened to lead you up to that. I know you went to eat, out tonight. I know what you said at dinner. I know that you went to Lowe's afterwards. I know everything, but I don't know what caused the incident. And if I don't know that, I've got to assume the worst. I'll let you think about it. I'll give you one more chance here in a few minutes, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm telling you that.
Well, what happened?
I know, you know. We have witnesses that put you there. They physically ID'd you. The 2 cars that drove by. Look, man, I just want to know why it happened. I'm going to sleep good tonight regardless. I don't think you will.
In a small town of Gateway, Arkansas, the calm 23rd of February was shattered by a chilling murder. Meet Grant Harden, a 50-year-old police officer and a longtime resident of Gateway who is hiding a big secret. He was brought in for questioning on a murder and tried his best to escape it all. On that fateful night in February, James Appleton was parked in a lot on Ganridge Road and was suddenly met with a loud bang during a phone call with his brother-in-law. A passerby, hearing the commotion, noticed a white Chevrolet Malibu speeding away from the scene. Tragically, James was found dead at the wheel with a gunshot wound to the head. Now, Gateway is a really small town of 400 people, so it was easy finding the owner of the Chevy Malibu. You guessed it. It was Grant Harden we mentioned earlier. That night, after taking his family out for dinner, Grant's vehicle was stopped at a police roadblock, marking the beginning of a complex and harrowing interrogation. Unfortunately for everyone, Grant's experience in law enforcement would lead to a long and frustrating interrogation.
I'm Detective Chamberlain. I know we have James Chamberlain.
Okay, yeah.
Did you used to be a police officer somewhere? I recognized you, but I wasn't 100% sure where I knew you from. But somebody said that you used to be a police officer at Gateway or something like that. Okay.
Detective Chamberlain started off the interrogation with trying to find the middle ground with Harden, talking about their similar law enforcement background and asking him questions about his career in the force. But soon, the detectives would find out that their tactics are something Harden is all too familiar with. He was read his rights, but this is where he starts making it hard for the detectives.
Here's the thing. I want to talk to you about what you've done today, okay? Can you just take me through when you woke up this morning to when you got stopped by the police out there in, what's the name of that road that you were on? I'm sorry, I'm going to drop Gann Ridge?
I'm not going to say anything after I've been read those rights yet.
Okay. Well,
I don't know what's going on. I am kind of sickly to what I'm here for and things.
Until this point, Grant wasn't told what he was brought in for, and here he claims he is feeling sickly. Given these circumstances he's been put into, and taking his body language into account, it's noticeable that he might be disturbed or feel inferior or exposed, being a suspect in a case instead of a detective.
So you don't want to explain what you've done today? Did you? Is there a reason behind that?
What was the first thing said? I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. So you're telling me that you don't want to talk to me right now? Okay, cool. Hang tight right here for just a few minutes, okay?
When he expresses that he isn't talking, detectives choose to leave the room and regroup. It is a common practice for police officers to take breaks and catch up, as well as discuss the best tactics of approach when handling delicate cases like this. Being that they are questioning someone who also knows this procedure, this might be the hardest task for them yet.
By the way, I'm Detective Cordier. I think we've met once before.
Probably so.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so I don't know if I scared you at the beginning or what, but that's why I was trying to, and I can't, you see the position that I'm in. I can't tell you why you're here, but at the same time, I need to rule you out into something. Does that make sense?
When the detectives returned, a more sympathetic approach was attempted by Detective Cordero. They claim they just want to clear him from any wrongdoing so he can be free on his way. This usually works because people relax and are inclined to open up more, just for a chance to get out of the interrogation room as soon as possible. But this tactic is also familiar to Grant.
Would you be willing to talk to me about your day, knowing that I need to rule you out of something, or like I'm just, if you didn't do anything wrong today, you have nothing to worry about?
Yes, I would have liked to, but before
Yeah.
The rights were read. So
Okay.
not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, and you understand as a detective, we read those rights to everybody who comes in here. It's not just you. It happens to everybody that walks through this room and talks to us.
So, as a police officer, Grant already knows all this, and he is aware that everyone has read their rights. In that sense, his point is shown to be invalid. Obviously, he is just using the excuse to not talk or to stall and buy more time.
I guess my question is this, knowing what I just told you, I guess if it was me and I was, if I was in your position, I'd be like, hey, James, I did this, or Grant, I did this, I was at, here, here, and here, and I would just be done with it. But at this point, I can't clear you from this because you could still potentially be a suspect. I don't know if I'm not explaining it right or what's going on
Explain
here.
it fine. I just have to, once the rights have been read, I have to, it says I have the right to be silent.
Yes. Okay. Just tell me this. I know you were a police officer before, right? You're a police officer in Gateway? It's an easy yes or no.
I'm being silent.
Well, I can see that. We can do this all night. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You're going to continue to be a suspect until I find out otherwise.
Okay.
Honestly, it is a bit impressive how perfectly Grant is exercising his right not to talk, not allowing the officers to come in from any side. His refusal to talk is setting them back greatly and is perfectly legal. It even manages to annoy Detective Chamberlain, who decides to take another break from the interrogation. Letting the emotions take over is not a good thing, but this break gives both sides a chance to come up with new ideas and approaches.
Hello, I need to go
You need to go where?
home or get ready for work in a little bit.
Okay, we'll just have a seat and I'll get it for you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Grant.
Yes, sir.
The other officer told me you want to talk to me again. What's going on?
I'm just ready to go.
Okay. And I'm not ready for you to go yet, so you're not going to be able to go. I've got other things that I'm doing right now, so.
Oh, I was gonna go.
Oh, no,
And I
you're not
wanted
going
to
to
tell
go.
you that.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're not going to
But
go.
I wanted, okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Grant tries to leave, but the officer is not yet ready to let him go. In a standard procedure, by this time detectives can already tell if they can get something from the suspect and charge them, or let them go due to a lack of evidence. But Detective Chamberlain decides he is not yet ready to let Grant go. Maybe an ego decision due to him being annoyed. But either way, a strongly made one. The only alibi the suspect has is that his wife thinks he was planting seeds at the time, which is not enough for officers to let him go just yet.
Detective Cordero is talking to your wife right now. I talked to her a little bit, so I've kind of got a timeline of where you were and where you weren't today. We all know what happened, okay? I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. I'm not trying to get her in any trouble. You've got a little daughter, who's 16, who needs her parents, okay? I don't know if you've had a problem with this guy for a while, and this was an accident, or you maliciously chased him down, or what happened. But if I don't get your side of the story, I won't ever know. We're writing a book. You got chapter 1, you got chapter 2, and chapter 3. Chapter 1 is what happened today, what started out today, how your day started. Chapter 2 is what led up to the incident, and chapter 3 is you telling me about what happened to lead you up to that. I know you went to eat, out tonight. I know what you said at dinner. I know that you went to Lowe's afterwards. I know everything, but I don't know what caused the incident. And if I don't know that, I've got to assume the worst. I'll let you think about it. I'll give you one more chance here in a few minutes, and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm telling you that.
Well, what happened?
I know, you know. We have witnesses that put you there. They physically ID'd you. The 2 cars that drove by. Look, man, I just want to know why it happened. I'm going to sleep good tonight regardless. I don't think you will.
Detective Chamberlain, annoyed with the suspect, really put all his cards on the table. He says everything he knows about this case and the events that led up to the murder. You can say he pretty much threw the ball in Grant's court and let him play with it. But he knows that his only chance to leave is to remain silent. As the investigation progressed, a crucial eyewitness, Andrew Tillman, positively identified Grant as the driver of the white Chevrolet at the time of the murder. With mounting evidence against him, Grant's silence became increasingly frustrating for the detectives. Before they continue with the interrogation, they bring in his wife and daughter to talk to him, hoping this would result in some of
Your wife's about to leave. She wanted to give you a hug before she left. Are you good with that?
Me too. Okay.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.
But this doesn't work either. So Detective Cordero returns alone, hoping to make Grant more comfortable and trusting in being alone with a female police officer. This is a common practice because suspects tend to be more relaxed with them, believing they are more sympathetic.
All right. Get ready to think about laying down up on that desk, but it looks awful hard.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be any more comfortable up there than what you are now. Can you help me understand how we got to this point?
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, I remember being on patrol and running into you one night. Help me out on a call, back me up.
Oh,
It was way back in, I guess almost 3 years now.
well,
Two,
Yeah, probably
something
so.
like that. Yeah, something like that.
you guys are always good to help us, help me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brad, you were always right there, man.
She opened up on an old case where Grant helped her out, which can lead him to believe that she might be indebted to him and be even more sympathetic and willing to help him out. It also allows them to talk about the job and people they both know, relaxing Grant even further.
I just don't understand how we got to this point.
Yeah, me neither.
If you're willing to talk, tell
I'm
me.
just ready to go to bed.
I don't blame you. Me too. Me too. And if we could do that, you just talk to me.
Well, I just have to, since you read those rides, I have to do the ride.
Well, what's the difference?
You know the difference?
Regardless of something happened or not, and if it did, if it was an accident, well, tell me. Like, let me help me help you. Like, I want to know what I can do or what happened today to be able to explain it later.
I don't know what happened today. I just need to,
You know, people are gonna have questions. Your family.
well, I have questions.
Well, exactly.
So,
why can't we figure this out together?
She is really giving it her all, trying to look as if she is working with him instead of against him. This is noticeable in the inclusive language she is using, when instead of saying, "I want to figure this out," she says, "we," pointing out that they are working on this together, like they would on any other case.
We can start from the very beginning. I mean, I know you probably slept in because you work nights. I work nights. Trust me, I worked nights for almost 4 years. I understand how that sleep schedule is.
yeah, I was asleep, so
So,
messed up.
did you sleep in today? Yeah, I bet you did. You could have got to work tonight, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah. What time did you get up?
noonish.
Around noon. That's usually what time I got up too. Did you watch anything good on TV? Usually that's what I do. I'd eat and watch TV. I'll woke myself up a little bit. Anything good?
Same old stuff
Oh yeah?
on TV.
You watch the same episodes? Or like, do you have a specific TV show you would wake up and watch?
Well, we watched, my wife always has it on, I can't remember what channel it's called, right now, TV Land.
Oh, okay. I haven't really watched any of that. I couldn't even tell you what it was about. Is your wife like that?
Oh, well, I think she'd better watch other stuff, but that's all, you know.
Yeah.
In a final attempt to break through, Detective Cordero engaged Grant in a casual conversation about TV shows and daily routines.
I think you have a lot to live for. Beautiful family, who I've had the privilege of talking to. The way I look at it is you're a man. Men face their mistakes and they own up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they figure out what happened and figure out how to solve it and move on. Like I said, I'm honestly here to help you. I want you to understand that. I wouldn't spend my time in here with you if I didn't. And that something happened today that needs to be explained. Did you make a mistake today?
Although he briefly opened up, Grant reverted to silence when questioned about the crime. Despite the detective's persistent efforts, Grant remained resolute in his refusal to cooperate. Eventually, he requested a lawyer, putting an end to the interrogation. The legal proceedings unfolded, leading to Grant's guilty plea for first-degree murder. However, the story took a dark turn when it was revealed that Grant's DNA matched a cold case from 1997, implicating him in a brutal rape. With the combined sentences, Grant Hardin was sentenced to 35 years in prison, leaving behind a legacy of heinous crimes and a town grappling with the shocking revelation of their former police officer's monstrous actions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like and check out this next video. It's a real roller coaster.